Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have discussed the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. Note that the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm was basically used to find the max flow in case of a flow network. Now in today's video, we are going to discuss the proof to the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm, and the proof is in the form of a theorem by name max flow min cut theorem. Before discussing the proof to the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm, in case of the max flow min cut theorem, we are going to use a term by name cut. So first, before seeing the theorem, we'll see what you mean by a cut on a flow network, so that it will be easy for us to understand the proof of the max flow min cut theorem. Now coming to what do you mean by a cut? So the definition of cut says that a cut ST, generally a cut on a flow network, we call it as a ST cut. So I have written that the cuts of a flow network is basically termed as an ST cut. So a cut ST of the flow network G is a partition of V. That means all the vertices in the given graph flow in the graph G. Assume that this G is the graph. So all the vertices in the graph G has to be divided into two subsets. The first subset is called as S, and the second subset we call it as T. We call it as T. Hence the name ST cut. Now what is this T? I can say this T is nothing but V minus S. This is a subset V minus S. Now what is the speciality about this is when you cut all the vertices into two parts, that means into S as well as into T, this S should have the source vertex. That means one of the vertex in this subset S should be your source vertex, and one of the vertex in T should be your sink vertex or your terminal vertex, which is denoted with T. Now, and the other vertex can either belong to S or it can either belong to T. So that is the definition of a cut. Now let me have a cut. I'll just denote this dotted line as the cut. If you see, all the vertices of this graph G is divided into two parts. The first part having S, V1, V3, which belongs to the subset S, and sink V2 and V4 along with T belongs to the second subset denoted with capital T. So this is the definition of a cut. I repeat, a cut ST of a flow network G is a partition of all the vertices V into two subsets of vertices denoted with S and T, such that the source vertex belongs to S and the sink vertex belongs to T. Now, if you see this particular graph, on this particular graph, I have already calculated the max flow. Now, what is the flow on this particular network? We denote the flow with this value. The flow of this network is 15 plus 4, which is 19. Now, second point I can say that if F is the flow, then the net flow, the net flow across the cut ST is denoted by F of ST, and it can be calculated as, how to calculate the net flow on the cut? Net flow on the cut ST can be calculated as the flow from U to V, wherein U should belong to S and V, so all V's should belong to T, minus summation of F of V and U, wherein U belongs to S and V belongs to T. Now if you see this, now the net flow across this SD cut can be calculated as the flow on all the edges which are a part of the cut which are the part of the cut, wherein that edge should run from a vertex which belongs to S to a vertex which belongs to T. So there are three such edges here. That is, one edge is running from from V1 to V2. V1 belongs to S. And there is one more edge from V3 to V4, wherein V3 belongs to S and V4 belongs to T. So this is 12 plus 11. If I calculate 12 plus 11. And one more edge is there which comes from a vertex present in T to a vertex present in S. That is from V2 to V3 with a flow of 4. This has to be subtracted. So this is nothing but 12 plus 11, 23 minus 4 is 19. This is how we calculate the net flow on the cut. Similarly, we can calculate the capacity on the cut ST is denoted as C of ST. That is capacity on the ST cut, and it can be calculated as C of ST is equal to summation of, it means it is the sum of all the flow, all the capacity from on the edges from U to V, wherein U belongs to S and V belongs to T. As per this particular definition, what is the value of the capacity of this cut? The value of this cut is, you should consider those capacities associated with the edge UV, wherein U should belong to S and V should belong to T. Now in this, there are two such capacities, that is this one and this one. Please, if you do remember, while solving the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm, I have used the terminology something like the first integer number as the flow and the second integer number as the capacity. Now, in order to calculate the capacity of the SD cut, I should consider the capacity. It is 12 plus 14, which is 26. Now, this was about what do you mean by a cut on the flow network. Generally, we refer it as an ST cut. With this basic information, we can proceed to the theorem, which is the proof to the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. Let's go for the max flow min cut theorem. The statement of the max flow min cut theorem states that if you see, if F is a flow, if F is a flow network, if F is a flow in a flow network G with source S and sink T, then the following statements or then the following conditions are equivalent. What are those statements which are equivalent? First statement states that F is the max flow in G. Second statement is the residual graph. After calculating the max flow, the residual graph, which is denoted with GF, contains no augmenting path. You know very well that in the residual network, if there is a augmenting path, then you can increase the max flow. Third statement is the flow F is equal to the capacity on an SD cut for some cut ST of G. So this is the statement of the max flow min cut theorem, and note that this max flow min cut theorem is a proof to the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. If you remember, what was the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm used to do? It used to calculate the max flow in case of a flow network. Until and unless there is an augmenting path, you can increase the max flow. You have traced some examples on the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. So the first two things are the same. If F denotes the max flow, then there will be no augmenting path in the residual graph denoted with GF. Now, in order to prove this, what we will do is we'll use the rule of transitive, wherein I'll try to prove that the statement 1 is equivalent to 2, and the statement 2 is equivalent to 3, and 3 is equivalent to 1. Now, what I will do, I'll just take the first part, that is the statement 1 is equivalent to 2. Now, how to prove this? I have one more arrow. I'll assume that F is a flow network. F is the flow network on F is the flow on a flow network, which is the maximum flow. For the sake of contradiction, I will assume that in the residual graph, in the residual network GF, there is an augmenting path. If there is an augmenting path, then we know that the max flow can be increased, which depends upon the bottleneck capacity. But it can't be so, because if F denotes the max flow on a flow network, then we can't have the augmenting path in my residual network. So both of those statements contradicts. Hence, with the help of the contradiction, we can prove that one is equivalent to 2. That means I can say that for the proof, for the sake of contradiction, not for. Suppose, for the sake of contradiction, that F is the max flow. F is the max flow in G, but GF, we know that GF is the residual graph or the residual network, has an augmenting path, denoted with P. Now, if there is an augmenting path, then we can augment the bottleneck capacity, that is CF of P, which generally will be greater than 0, until flow along P gets a better value. Or I can say then we can augment the bottleneck capacity C unit, this many unit along P, and get a better flow, which contradicts that F is the max flow. Now, the meaning of this implies that if there are no augmenting path, I can't increase the flow. If I increase the flow, then it implies that there is an augmenting path. So this is the proof for 1 equivalent to 2. Now we will see how the second statement is equivalent to the third statement. Let us try to prove that the second statement is equivalent to the third statement. What was the second statement in max flow min-cut theorem? It says that there should be no augmenting path in the residual network GF. And the third statement was, I was supposed to prove that the net flow is equal to the capacity on an ST cut. Now, to prove this, let me assume that this is a flow network to which I have already calculated the max flow. Now, if you see, what is the max flow? Max flow is the flow that is coming towards T. 2 plus 1, that is 3. Here, max flow is 3. That is, I'll write this as cardinality of F is equal to 3. Now, if there is no augmenting path in this, I'll maybe for this, I have constructed the residual network denoted with GF. Now, please note that in this residual network, on the edge SA, flow was 2 and capacity was 3. Hence, I can have a forward edge with a value of 1 and a backward edge with a value of flow 2. Similarly, on this particular edge AC, forward edge is 3 minus 2, that is 1. Backward edge is flow, 2. On this, flow is equal to capacity, so I'll just have the backward edge with a value of 2. Now on this particular path, flow and net capacity are same, hence I'm having a backward edge. On this particular path, BC, flow is 0 and capacity is 5, hence I'll just have a forward edge. So forward edge with a value of 5. Now on this path 1, 4, I can have a forward edge with a cost of 3 and a backward edge with a cost of 1. This was sorry. With the flow 1. Now with respect to DE, I can have a forward edge with a cost of 1 and backward edge with a cost of 1. Similarly 1, 3, forward edge 2, backward edge 3. Now this is my residual network. Now I'll assume that suppose the GF has no augmenting path. That means GF contains no path from S to T. So from this S to T, there is no augmenting path. Now on this, I define a set S which contains all the vertices. There exists a path from S to V in the residual network. That means wherever there is a path from S to any of the vertex, that means wherever there is a forward edge, that means those vertex which are reachable from S, I will constitute it into S. So I will have my S as obviously S with the source vertex. From source A is reachable. From A I can go to C. From A I can go. I need to partition. Now from C there are no outgoing forward edges. From C there is an incoming edge. So my S will have S, A and C. Now define set S. Let me define one more set T as V minus S. So this is nothing but T terminal and then which are the other vertex B, C and B, D and E. B, D and E. Now I will define a cut. Now we'll have a cut, that is an ST cut on this. So if I have an ST cut, it looks something like this. That means my S should have SAC, S, A and C. How to write? Let me write something like this. SAC. And my T, I'm having T, that is sink, B, D and E. Now what we will do on this, I can have the edges. If you see this, we can have there will be edges denoted by UV. There will be edges denoted with UV where U belongs to S and V belongs to T. Now in this ST cut, I have edge SB, BC and CT. Now on this, some edges are, that means I can flow of U comma V will be capacity of U comma V. See this, S to B, flow and capacity are same, and here also from C to T, CT, flow and capacity are same. That means I'll just write with this example. For this example, SB edge and CT edge, such that U belongs to S and V belongs to T. So in both these cases, S and C are part of S and B and T are part of T. If this is not true, otherwise If this is not true, then you can find that V will be placed in S itself. That means there is an edge from S to A, there is an edge from A to T. If you consider any other thing, that means S, this edge is placed in V itself. So this was first point. Second point to be noted is there are some edges. There will be some edges denoted by UV, where U belongs to S and V belongs to T, such that f of U comma V is equal to 0. So if you see, there is one more edge on this particular cut wherein BC, maybe this was, wherein U belongs to T and V belongs to S. This is the second thing. If this is not true, let me assume that this is I'm having the flow of this as 1. Now what happens if I have a flow of this as 1? Now in this case, in the residual graph, I can have a forward edge as well as a backward edge. Now with a forward edge with a cost of 1, with a cost of 4, and a backward edge with a cost of 1. Now if there is a backward edge from C to B, then it implies that from S I can go to A, and from A I can go to C, and from C I can even reach B. Then my B will be a part of S. While defining S, I have clearly defined that, okay, I am having all those vertex in S which are reachable from source. If this was not 0, if this was 1, I could have a backward edge. If I have a backward edge, then it implies that this V or maybe this B should be in S itself. Now as it is 0, there is no backward edge. Hence I have my B in T. So there will be some edges denoted by UV where U belongs to T and V belongs to S, such that f of U comma V will be 0. Otherwise, what happens? I can have a bottleneck capacity. I can have I will be having an edge. I will be having a backward edge with the bottleneck capacity as 1, which is greater than 0, which will be greater than 0, and my V should be in S, or I can say my V will be in S. So these are the two important things. Apart from this, for all the other edges from U to V or V to V on E will be assigned to 0. So this is about a cut on a flow network wherein it has a maximum capacity. Now with this, our objective was to prove this, that is F is equal to capacity of S comma T. Anyway, in this particular diagram you can note that what is the value of F? F value is 3. F value is 3 is equal to the capacity on the SD cut. Now what is the capacity on the SD cut? If you have noted, the capacity on the SD cut is nothing but the summation of the capacities on an edge which runs from S to T. So there is an edge from S to B with a capacity of 1. Similarly, there is an edge with an edge which is running from C to T with a capacity of 2. This is 1 plus 2 was 3, and even I got the max flow as 3. This was my objective. I am supposed to prove this. Anyway, with respect to this example, it is fine. Now formally we need to prove that. Now we have defined that the net flow on the ST cut is equal to summation of U belongs to S, summation of V belongs to T of F of U comma V minus summation of U belongs to S and summation of V belongs to T F of V comma U. In that this particular part on this, if you take this sample network, wherever there is an edge from a vertex in set S to vertex in set T, it is nothing but their capacity. And wherever there is an edge from T to S, its flow is 0. So this particular part is 0. So I will retain this as it is. U belongs to S and V belongs to T, and this is flow of U comma V minus 0. Now on this, I repeat once again, the flow is equal to capacity. These two edges, if you have noted, the flow is equal to capacity. So this is nothing but summation of U to S, summation of V to T, C of, rather than taking it as F of UV, I will just write it as C of U comma V. So this was nothing but, what was this? This was nothing but my C of ST. So I proved that the net flow is equal to the capacity on the ST cut. So this was my proof. That means wherein I have equated the second statement to the third statement. Now we are supposed to equate the third statement with the first statement. What was the first statement? First statement was F is the max flow in the network, and third statement was this. I need to equate the third statement with the first statement. Let's go for the next one. Coming to equating the third statement with the first statement, we know that the value of any flow F in a flow network G is bounded from above the capacity of any cut of G. That is, the flow is less than or equal to the capacity on the cut ST for all SD cuts. Now let's assume that let ST be a cut. Let ST be a cut in G, and F be any flow. Now what I need to prove is, I need to prove that F is the max flow. S is the max flow. We know that F is equal to flow on ST, the net flow on ST. So how to denote this net flow on ST? This was nothing but summation of U belongs to S and summation of V belongs to T, F of U comma V minus summation of U belongs, this is F of V comma U, same thing. V belongs to S, one more request, and V belongs to T from F of V comma U. So this is less than or equal to, anyway, I omit this part, this is less than or equal to summation of U belongs to S and summation of V belongs to T of F of U comma V. So this is nothing but capacity on the cut ST. Now the condition F is equal to the capacity on the ST cut. In the previous one, we saw that this implies that F is the max flow. This is about the max flow min cut theorem as well as the proof to max flow min cut theorem. Hope this is clear. Thank you.